Welcome, welcome, welcome back to another chapter of Beyond the First Chapter with J, the O, and the C, which is me, Carmen, Olivia, and Jolanda. We are so glad that you are joining us here again this afternoon for another discussion um, about things that are going on in our little corner of the universe as we navigate this new chapter in our lives. Today, we're going to have some sister talk. We're going to talk about sex and sensuality as it pertains to us in this new chapter. So, this is kind of going to be off the cuff. So, we're just going to be talking about, things that just come up about it. So, but first, okay, of course, we always got to check in with each other. So, we'll start with you, Jolanda. What's been going on, lady?
Stuff and more stuff. So, my mommy just left yesterday and I miss her. I'm a little sad, even though I have my life back. Because for the past 3 weeks, my schedule has been discombobulated. I know last week I said we were doing pretty okay with the schedule. I tried. I missed Pilates. It's been a lot. But she's gone. I'm sad, but I'm also happy. So that's happened. Um, my kids are just being my kids. They're adults, so I see them in passing. So I've been seeing them in passing. It's been nice. But for me personally, this is just my little nerd side, which is like 85% of my personality, just in case you didn't catch that. Look what I'm building. You see? Is the sun?
Oh,
There you go.
there you go. There it is. Okay. All right.
I'm so excited.
It's
So,
a leg. It's made of Legos.
of course, I'm a Lego
I
girl.
couldn't see that part until you took it away. Then I saw.
That's how
Okay.
far I've gotten so far. So I still got 2/3 to go.
How
So,
cute.
so yes. So for future reference, if we grow and people want to gift Jolanda anything, I take Legos. Uh, so I really want to, that's about it. I started working on a project. I'm not going to disclose it quite yet, just because I don't want evil eye and evil ears in my business. But I'm very excited about it. Uh, Taking a whole lot of steps to come back to me. So that's that. So we'll go. I'm going to take over and say we're going to go with Olivia because Carmen has bigger news right now. So we'll go with Olivia next.
Uh, well, um, this week was the first full week of school. So I had my first full week of school. A lot of my kids are getting sick. Whatever's going around is kicking their butts. I had one student in first day has not been back. I had students going down with throats, with headaches. So whatever this flu is or whatever, if there's COVID, whatever it is, you guys, please take your vitamins, please mask up, please sanitize because these children are not, their defenses are not strong enough. And I have third graders and they're going down like flies. Um, I started volleyball. We had tryouts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, made cuts. I have 12 girls. Our first game is next Thursday. What else? My daughter went to Boston this weekend. She just got home today. Johnson C. Smith, the Johnson C. Smith played the Morehouse College at Harvard University yesterday. And of course, Johnson C. Smith beat them 45-3. So that was good.
What were they
Um,
playing?
what?
What
What
sport?
game?
Football.
Football.
You
Football.
act like
We
I
didn't know.
know,
We know.
baby.
We didn't know what game.
Oh, it's HBC Football Classic all this weekend and
Okay.
next weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got to tell us. You
No,
got to tell us.
Oh
We didn't know.
yeah. Oh
no.
yeah. Essence is doing a full HBCU. All the colleges like FAM played in Miami against at Miami University against some other college. Like all the HBCUs are like having major things this
Oh,
weekend and next weekend.
okay.
Um, and what else? Oh, and my sister is doing well. Marcia, both of them are doing well. But Marcia had surgery. probably 3 weeks ago, and her and my sister Diane are doing very well. So, and nothing, I said nothing about myself, but usually that's how my life is nothing's about myself. So that's it.
Oh, you got to change that. You got to change that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Always talking about us making time for ourselves and what's going on, lady. Take your own advice.
Mm-hmm.
Make it about you.
One day I will.
Well, I guess
What's
it's
going on
my
with you,
turn.
Carmen?
It's my turn. Well, the day has come and the day has gone. I have taken my baby to college. We dropped her off on Thursday. Um it was emotional for me and her father, but not for her. I thought that maybe
It's not.
but it was really not emotional for her. Um we
Mm-hmm.
helped her unpack her stuff. She had a ton of stuff. She had a ton of stuff. But we did help her unpack and decorate and everything. Her roommate came in and they hit it off very well. They seemed very well matched. So that was good. She actually her father was setting up her TV, and we would like after everything was set up and done and everything, and her roommate and her family had went out and they were saying their goodbyes and they were gonna, her roommate was getting ready to walk the quad, and uh Bethany was sitting in there and her father's trying to figure out the TV situation, trying to hook it up to the internet and blah 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 blah. And I was just telling him, I said, let them figure it out. Let them figure it out. Well, okay, they'll get an RA in here. They'll get an RA and they'll figure the TV out. Let's go. Come on. Bethany actually looked at me, waved, and she left. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, Anthony, she left. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, because you are taking too long. You're dragging this out. What do you? I want to take my time. And I'm like, take your time. This is not about you.
About you.
It's not about you. Don't take your time. I told you, let her figure it out. Let it go. She's ready to get this over with. She is ready to go. Let's let her go. So I'm like, I'm running down the stairs trying to figure out where she was. Like, I called, I was like, well, where are you? She was like, I'm coming back. I'm just going down the quad to see, what was going on down that way. So she did. She came back, and we said our good, our my tearful goodbye. My daughter's way of doing things is always silly. She sticks her tongue out and she licks you, or she, what I mean, just silly. So if you ever see the pictures of her and she has her tongue like toward my face or toward my ear or something, that's her way of saying, love you. Okay, that's her emotional side or whatever. But yeah, but I did. It was very emotional because I even came back and had to sit in her room and cry by myself for a little bit before. And then yesterday I got up and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in the garden because I had a whole lot of. I knew I needed to weed out my garden and do some harvesting and do all of that. So I was like, I got up. Me and Anthony both got up. And he was like, I got to go to my sister's house. I said, hey, we'll just spend in the house. They running errands together. I got dressed and I was at the top of the steps and I turned back around and go back downstairs so I could tell Bethany that we were leaving.
Mm.
And I stopped in the middle of the steps, like, where you going? She's not there.
Mm.
Like, okay. I drug my slide little butt back up the stairs. And I just left. I was like, okay, she's not there. Then I'm like, I didn't hear from her. She didn't call yesterday. Well, she did call yesterday earlier, and she said she would call me back. And I'm sitting there with the little phone, waiting, but she didn't call me back. I didn't do it. So this morning, of course, I sent her a little meme that says, "I will not be ignored."
Oh, you will be ignored, baby.
I know
Oh,
exactly, but
100%.
I will not be ignored because
No, you will be.
But I will not be ignored.
Okay. You
You can
keep
try.
saying that.
You can try because I will be annoying.
And she'll still ignore you.
Mm,
But
yeah,
she did. She called me back and just told me what, you know what I mean? She was walking around again and how she was having a good time. She got her books and all, you know what I mean? So she's good. So
How
that's
are you?
I'm fine right now. I mean,
Hmm.
I can't tell you what's gonna be like in a couple of hours from now. I mean, when I have to realize that there's something else of Bethany that I got to clean up, like she left this or she did that or I got to move this, and I can't tell you how that's gonna be. It's only been a couple of days. I'm still in a very vulnerable state. I have to admit.
Hmm.
So
Take
yeah,
it one moment at a time.
that's all I can do. That's all I can do.
Well, what have you, well, have you, I'm not going to ask a direct question because you might not have done it. Have you come up with some new time filling things to do? Some things to fill your time that you would normally spend with her?
I want to. Well, there's the things I have been putting on the back burner that I got to go and, you know, and just pull forward now. There's plenty of things that I can do to fill
Okay.
my time. You know, now I just need to go
And do?
and do them. Exactly. You know what I mean? Not and one of them is not rushing to see what that girl is doing. You know what I mean? Day in day, where is she? You know what I mean? Just hey, pick her up, take her here. Is she okay? Did she do this? Did she do that? All right, now I can go over here. I gotta make sure Bethany has this before I go this. I don't have to do that.
Nope.
So it's more like I'm taking care of myself.
Gonna be a relief.
I know. And then Kanan got well, you know, he finished with his engineering um program and he actually started something else just so he can have a skill because you know it's real hard for to get audio engineering career off the ground even though he's trying real hard. I have to
Hmm.
give him that. He's trying real hard, but again, you know, if you don't work, you don't eat, right?
Hmm.
Right.
So he got into a construction program that is going to
Okay.
teach him all about building and road construction. And
Okay.
then at the end of the program, they it's a job placement. They find them work.
How
And
long is it?
a 10-week program.
That's not bad at
Okay.
all. That's good. Okay.
So you know,
So
because
he'll finish just in time for winter construction.
right. So I had, you know, given him the ultimatum that he needed to find something by the time your sister goes to school, or you
Hmm.
know, I'm gonna choose something for you,
Can't get mad at that.
you know. But and he did it. So because I think he took it was a serious thing, and I was very serious. I was very serious. This is you got to do something. You got to do something, and
Yeah.
he took it serious, and he found something. So that's great. But that's me. So anyway, so let's get into our sister talk, shall we?
We sure.
All right. Let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about okay. So what does it look like? Sex and sensuality. What does it look like for us as we get into our more mature age? I know I can you know proudly say that I am a 51-year old in like 2 weeks. I'll be 51 uh 50-year-old woman, and I can say that I don't have the same libido that I had, of course, when I was 20. It's not the same 30. It's not the same when I was 40, you know.
Hmm.
Mm.
It definitely looks a whole lot different. And I think I don't know for you all, and you all can answer this question for me. Where did that change happen for you? So uh for me, I don't think so much my body changed as my mind changed, and that
Mm.
kind of changed my body. I
What do
kind
you mean?
as I developed, as my mental I guess my mental state changed, that it just sometimes, uh sex is kind of not in the forefront of something that I really want or needed. And
Mhm.
and then I guess when I did that, my body kind of adapted to that.
So when do you think that happened? Like, did you notice it? Or did you just realize one day, like, hmm, I'm thinking less and less about this?
That part, the latter. Yes, the latter.
Okay. Do you have an opinion on that? Oh, Olivia, I'm talking to you.
I'm like, what are you talking? You're talking.
So did you all
Um,
have that, or was it different for you? How did that did it well, what did it change for you at all? Let's ask that. Let me ask that question. Has it changed for you?
so like you were saying earlier, Carmen, like from the time I started having sex to today, of course, it is completely changed. Uh, and I think it's more for me, the sensuality part of it when it comes to sex, that part has changed for me. Um, because I am in perimenopause for sure. It's totally changed for me because of the fact that my body's doing different things. Um, I don't know when my period's coming. And then sometimes it's close, sometimes it's far away, sometimes I'm having a hot flash. Like it's so crazy. I definitely understand the mental, and I think that's and for me, mental is sensuality. Like if
Mhm.
I don't feel sensual, I'm not having sex, period. And that's even when I was younger. If I was not like if I didn't feel that sensuality, that like I want to jump your bones, like you're giving me that all over feeling, then I'm having sex. But if you don't give me that feeling, not having sex. So
Got to have
I
that
definitely
tingle.
can see it.
Got to have that tingle. That's what I say. Gotta give you that tingle.
Yeah. So I definitely understand that. But like this perimenopause is no joke. What about you, Jolanda?
I agree.
I agree, but I'm a little different than you guys. So having kids so young, um, I had my first child at 24. So, and then I had my second one at 27. So I was very busy being a mom for a long time because of my family situation, I pretty much was a single parent, not by choice, but just by circumstance,
Mhm.
because my spouse worked a lot out of town for long periods. Like for the first 2 years or so, he was in the military, so you're gone 6 months at a time. So I did not have time to focus on sex. I didn't care about it. I had no desire for it, no need for it because I had no one to engage with. And I was busy being a mom. Um, and then when he was back, I hate to say obligated, but as
That's what it
sometimes
felt like.
it
But
felt
it felt like, well, I
it
mean, it
felt
felt
I
like an
mean, you gotta be
obligation.
truthful. You were obligated.
felt
Because
like
he's not feeling what I'm feeling. My body has totally changed. I felt like a cow because I'm breastfeeding, for so long. I didn't feel attractive or like a woman. I was just this mom thing. It took me a long time to come out of mom thing, a long time. So it was just like, okay, it's what you do, so let's do it. I tried to put my best foot forward. I'm gonna have to ask him one day, was my best foot okay? That that particular conversation we've not had. Um, then as my kids got older, even though he got out of the military, he still traveled for work. I've never, other than during a 6 month period of transition, if I spend 2 weeks with my spouse, that's unusual. So I was especially busy when they were in the developmental part, elementary school, even high school, because I had to do the mom chauffeur, then I'm cooking and I'm cleaning. And during that, what is that, about a 10-year period, I had two businesses. So I'm working outside the home, I'm working inside the home. Um, One of the businesses I had involved doing things with schools, so I was also a substitute teacher so that I could get my foot in the door to run my business. So I was very busy. I've been very busy for a long time. So at this point now, my kids are grown and stable. Um, my husband still travels, but that's okay. But I finally got back to myself. So me, I'm kind of the reverse. I'm more into my sexuality and sensuality now because I have time. I didn't have time before. Yes, I'm perimenopausal, but even with that, I'm much more into that now. Again, because I have time for it, you know, and my body craves it at this point in my life. So I'm a little different with that.
So
You
speaking
act like you had kids so much younger.
Yeah, I didn't say. I
Just
did
kidding.
not
I'm
say
just
that
playing
you
with you. I'm
didn't.
just
I
playing with
know.
on.
I'm not offended, Olivia.
you.
No offense over here, honey.
So let's speak about the perimenopause, because we're all in that state right now, in that stage of perimenopause. And there's a lot of things that are so unknown about perimenopause that we are just discovering, and we're talking about openly now because it's just never been discussed before. It was just, you know,
Because our mothers didn't talk about it.
yeah, our mothers definitely didn't talk about it. I know that. I mean, of course, you guys are fortunate enough to still have your mothers that you can even just ask the question like, when did you go into menopause? I don't have that that
Right.
option. I never got a chance to even talk to my mother. Well, again, my mother was, one of those really old school when you just didn't talk about sex and any of these things with your mother. So I didn't get a chance to ask her those things before she passed away. So I don't really know like when she started menopause, or or anything like that. I do have older sisters, and so I did ask them, and they've spoken about how, it took when they started menopause, and what happened, and so that I can have an idea of when what might happen me happening to me genetically. I don't, Um, but just speaking of perimenopause, um, what have you learned about it as it pertains to the change in your body and the change in your sex drive? What have you learned?
So being
Oh,
doing I did pure romance for a long time, and we had to take classes and things like that. I really talked about how your body changes every couple of years, and like the cells in your body change, and then your sexual uh which changes your sexual desire, because those cells in your womb also change. What I have noticed, because you're right, I was able to speak to my mother, is that the like I don't have all the symptoms of like dryness and all this stuff. Like for me, it's really the hot flashes that get me. Like I literally could be standing there and it could be cold as heck, and I'm like wanting to come out my clothes. So I that's one of the things that I feel. The other thing that I've noticed is that my body is taking a little bit longer now that I'm fully in it to go where it's supposed to. Like last year at this time, I was more cut, and I didn't even work out as much as I work out now. My body was way more cut. I was smaller, everything. I notice now that I'm fully in it, my body's holding on to this weight a lot stronger than it did prior. Um, I've also noticed that my dreamings have been very a lot more vivid. And that also deals with my spirituality and my gifts, but like that has really been heightened. Yeah, so much so that I had one last night that we could talk about offline, but like it was, yeah. But that definitely are the two things that really have affected me.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of on the same page. I was able to ask my mom some things. My hot flashes, I can tell you when my hot flashes started, and they really kind of went away, thank you God. 42. I won't forget it. I was showing the property, and when I tell you I was just pouring sweat, I'm like, why am I so hot? I'm so hot. I couldn't cool down. And my client, thank God, and then of course my client had to be a man, but thank God, he's older, so he understood. And I was just like, dude, I can't show you upstairs. I gotta stand down here. I can't make it. Like I literally was just pouring sweat. Um, yeah. I have not. I haven't had hot flashes bad maybe in a few years, but if you noticed earlier today, I was fanning, I keep my little fan by me. But so today I kind of had a warm flash. I won't categorize it as hot. It was just a little warm. I don't have the hot ones anymore, thank goodness. Um, but I've also been working to stave off. I've been doing everything I can to increase the hormones that I've lost. So, one of the things that I love to do, and I am a big advocate of, is lymphatic work. So I've been going to a lymphatic therapist for about a year now, and I've noticed a change. It's helping me with the water retention and the puffiness. Takes a little time, but it's helping. That helps a lot. Taking different supplements. I was telling the ladies before we started today. Let me look. I can't remember what is it called because I just threw it away. Uh, the Korean red ginseng for immunity and for other things. Helping to balance those hormones. So it's been difficult, but not as bad as it could be if I wasn't doing some type of biohormone replacement to help myself out and working out. I actually enjoy it. It's fun for me. It's my way of just having my selfish time. But working out to keep my muscle density from getting less because, as we age, we lose our muscle density and also our bone density. So
Yes.
working out and
Yeah.
doing the cardio, to get the heart rate up, but also lifting weights to increase your bone and muscle density. So it helps stave that off. Stretching at least 3 to 4 times a week so my hips stay open so I'm not shuffling along when I'm 80. You know, it is a lot. It's like a whole lifestyle of maintaining to replace what we had naturally. So um, I haven't noticed as big of a change, but I've been working for some years to stave off the change. Like when I got that hot flash at 42 like that, I was like, oh no, I can't live like this. We got to start working on some stuff. What can I do? And all of that is trial and error. I tried this for about 6 months, see if it works. If it doesn't work, I remove that and I try something else. So that has helped me a lot. And I know the initial question when we started was about sensuality and sexuality. And I was telling you, my body craves it. Like, if it's 24 hours in a day, I'm tingling a good 20 of them. So I don't know if it's the hormones or what. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm like now all the time. So,
Well, I could say for me, it's been I don't the change has been more in other parts of my body than it's been kind of like in those, in female organs or anything like that. Well, it did start with like the vaginal dryness and things like that. Uh and But it's been the perimenopause has caused other issues with me, you know what I mean, in my joints and uh in my back, you know what I'm saying, and different other things. And uh it's been, like I said, I always talk to you all about the mental thing, because the brain fog for me has been very bad. That I could be talking to you one minute and be like, okay, I heard everything you said, and we had a very in-depth conversation, and I can't in about 20 minutes I can't remember nothing I said to you or nothing you said to me. It's gone. So it's been, things like that. And then it's I have those moments of pure clarity while I'm working real good, and then there's moments of I can really give a darn, about anything or anyone.
So how long has that part been going on for you?
I'll say that's been going on since probably for it's gotten worse, I'll say, in this last year, but probably about 2, 3 years.
What do you think you can do to, because your mental clarity is very important.
Right, right. So
So
I am always trying to I read a lot. I always try to do things that keep me my mental acuity going, what I mean, keep my mind going. So if it's, doing puzzles, is if it's reading, and I'm a big history buff, so I'm always, absorbing some type of interesting factoids that nobody else would probably find useful. So I'm always doing that. So I'm always doing something to keep my mind aware. Um and so I'm doing that I'm doing. I need to again to do things more physical. I've had that problem. You guys, I had that thing with my shoulder and they couldn't explain it why. I have a female primary doctor who said, she was like, it could be perimenopause. We have so many issues that spring up, but we cannot figure out why it happened. They couldn't figure out why my shoulder froze. And there's the nerve in my neck that said there was pinched. So you couldn't pinch enough. It was not pinched enough. It wasn't a big enough nerve, you know what I mean, big enough strain there for it to do what it did. So, but hey, it
mm,
happens. So, but like you said, that I mean, we talk about that tingle that you have. I mean, that's I can have that tingle for a good week. That I
mm.
feel like, yeah, and then it'll be another 3 weeks where there's nothing.
Well, Olivia, you said that you two had at one point the vaginal dryness. So what
I didn't think I
She
had
said
vaginal
no. She
dryness.
said no. She said
I
no.
I was
never had that.
testing you to see if you knew what you said. So then in that case, I will just roll it back to Carmen, my bad.
Mhm.
Um, to ask, um, well, I guess the question is no then, because I was going to ask, what did you do
Well,
Well,
for
I
that?
can tell you
Olivia
some
had, yeah,
things you
Olivia
can
had,
do.
right. Olivia can tell you some things she can, and she has recommended things to me
Well,
um
let's do that.
that
Let's do
that
that.
did quite help with vaginal dryness. So yeah, so Olivia, go right ahead. Tell us.
Yes, give us some suggestions, sweetie.
So first, I actually, I still, so I'm not an actual consultant where I do parties. I still consult as a sexual health educator. So lubrication is very important, making sure that you use lubrication daily, especially during this time when you are dry. Because of the perimenopause, you should use lubrication every day. So I always suggest a water-based lubrication because it absorbs into the body and it mimics your wetness of your natural body, but also helps promote it to keep going on its own. Some other things that I've recommended are doing your Kegel exercises. That also helps with vaginal dryness because you are working the muscles. So then the muscles then start producing the the well, I want to say cerebellum.
Isn't it mucus?
It's mucus, yes. Produce the healthy mucus for your muscles to stay nice and lubricated. I also recommend doing having orgasms either by yourself or with your partner, because when you start training your body like that, it also gets your muscles ready so that you can have orgasms also. I also recommend taking a vaginal probiotic. I actually take one daily. I don't miss that. And the reason why I say take a vaginal probiotic is because of the fact that if you're not having orgasms, which actually make the muscles work to flush out anything that's in your vaginal area or the buildup or in the, of anything, especially if you use tampons and pads and all of those things, there are microbiome things that actually can grow back in your vaginal area. So I also recommend probiotics because that actually flushes out the system and puts and promotes the healthy um, biosphere again. Slippery elm is a very good tea to drink. That also helps with your vaginal dryness also. And I actually will be having a tea, which I will put at the end of the video so that you can purchase, which is the tea that I actually came up with that actually helps with vaginal dryness. That is called menopause, which means men on pause, to help bring back the vaginal wetness. So those are some things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
She's a wealth of information, isn't she?
So I have a question. So,
Mhm,
like I said, I've been working on this for a second. So I went to go see a bio hormone replacement doctor.
mhm.
Um, little costly because insurance don't cover
Yep,
anything
I've been to one
And
of
real
that's
those.
with true wellness. Insurance doesn't cover, so you got to
correct. Correct.
get in where you fit in.
Mm,
So it's been a few years. So at that time, my testosterone was low. My estrogen levels were fine. My testosterone, however, was low. And I'm bringing this up because I was starting to have brain fog. And she was like, I went to a female therapist because I just
Mhm.
felt more comfortable with the female doctor.
mhm,
And she was like, your testosterone is low. So she gave me a testosterone replacement pellet and she just inserted it right into my hip and it worked for about 3 months and then you go get another pellet. Um, After the first month, I was sharp again, like, wow.
mm,
I definitely felt the difference. So I did it maybe for about half a year. So I did two. And then it just got a little costly for me with kids in college and all of that jazz. So I couldn't go see her anymore. But I've been um, taking Shilajit.
That's yeah. I was gonna say we both been taking
I
Shilajit.
started on. I can't say it quickly. I have to think about the word. I've started on
Shilajit.
Shilajit, um, and it is supposed to help increase testosterone. A lot of men take it. And
Mhm.
actually, I take the men's version, the
I
men's
do too.
formula, instead of the women's formula, because it has a little bit more testosterone, and I know that's an issue I have. And I
Mhm.
can tell when I don't take it.
Me
Um,
too.
I can, my mind is not as clear. So that's something that has helped me, you know, to do that. And take that because that brain fog, that's why I said you need your mental acuity because I've been there. And when
mm.
you're walking through the day, every once in a while we all have that go into the room and forget what we're doing. That happens with just a busy brain. But when you're just walking through your day and it's so tiring when you cannot focus, that is extremely frustrating. And I hate for you to feel that way.
Oh yeah.
It is extremely
It's
frustrating.
very it's yeah, frustrating if you can I'm sitting here talking to someone and I'm having a conversation, I'm listening to them speak and then I lose focus, and I don't know what they have said to me because I've
Yeah.
lost this focus, and I'm like, oh my God, what I hate to ask them to repeat what they had just said to me. And I mean, it's like it can be, really embarrassing that
Mhm.
I didn't hear it. I mean, because I'm looking you dead in your mouth and you mean to tell me you didn't hear me, you know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
It could be it's really frustrating. You're right. It's very frustrating.
So that may have.
Also, too, I would also add into with this Shilajit, which I've been going back to now, which I was taking regularly all the time, is CMOS.
Hmm.
They do have the Shilajit that has CMOS in it because it has 99 of the essential minerals that you need. Plus, the Shilajit has like 80 something. So you put all those together, and that really also helps too with the brain fog. Um, I actually take the Shilajit, that's the actual tar,
Mhm.
into my system versus the pill.
Mhm.
I do that every other month. So I do the pill 1 month and then the actual tar the other month. From just for me, I feel like the tar uh, has a more
Potency.
consistency, potency, yes, um, that I can actually feel versus the pill. But that's just me. But when I add it to the CMOS, it helps, especially with the long days that I have with volleyball and school and all of and working out in the morning. So I would suggest looking at your when's the last time you had a physical? Do you do your blood work?
Who you speak to me?
Yes, Carmen, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have to. I see the doctor regularly now. I try not to not see it. So I just saw the doctor on the 21st.
Mhm.
What did you get for your
But,
blood work? Did you check your
um,
blood work?
oh yeah, they just did blood work for me. So what is it exactly that you want to know?
So I'm asking as far as like, because they check your minerals, they check your iron, they check all of those things. Like, so I actually like Jolanda, I saw a herbalist and a natural holistic doctor, and I gave them my actual blood work, and they told me the things that I need to add into my diet versus with vitamins and all of those supplements. So, have you ever had them sit down and say, "Hey, you're a little on the low side of iron, or you're a little bit low side of the K2 because K2 helps absorb the T3." Like, have you had those conversations with your doctor yet?
Well, not my doctor,
Okay.
said have told me anything like that. I mean, well, she would tell me if I was low on iron. The only thing that um she's ever said is that being vitamin D deficient, um, and that's basically it. They're more concerned with with my heart enzymes, and of course I'm a diabetic, and making sure I'm lowering my A1C, and things like that. And then also with my blood pressure, and things like that. So I've been really considering, well, it's been kind of really playing in the back of my mind, and I'm going to really look into it more, trying to do more holistic things to be able to lower my blood pressure, so that I really want to get off of some of this medication that I take for blood pressure. I believe that I want to focus on that more, because I've been a diabetic forever. I know uh there's ways for me to do that, but this blood pressure medication is very um concerning for me, that I just don't I want to be able to get off of it, and I know that there's ways. So I really want to
So
check
your
out
blood
more
pressure
holistic ways.
medication
Say it again.
so your blood pressure medication, the biggest side effect of blood pressure medication is your sexual drive. Like that is the first warning on
Also the
every
brain fog
single brand
in the brain.
of
and the brain fog.
of yeah. That's why a lot of men don't like taking blood pressure medication because they develop ED. And the same thing, I'm gonna call it EC for women. uh, erectile
Your clitoris
clitoris
don't get
is
that blood
not
flow.
working
Right.
anymore.
Mhm.
But you know what, with that, with the blood pressure medication, when I was doing my research, because I got Glenn off of it. Um, the purpose of it, how it works, and I'm probably speaking to the choir because I'm pretty sure you guys know that, but I'm just gonna still say it, is in order to decrease your blood pressure, it widens your blood vessels.
Yep.
So hence the ED or the EC, because the
Mhm.
blood can't, be forcefully pushed to the clitoris or to
Yep.
the penis. Um, the I mean, one of the simplest things, even if you don't like the taste, I drink it every day, is beets. Drink your beet juice in the morning. I do not like the taste of beets, but I have my freshly squeezed beet juice and I put my collagen in it and I just suck it down every day. Not yummy, but it helps with your blood, it helps
Mhm.
it helps with those things. And
Mhm.
and Carmen, especially with you, it's all about consistency.
Correct.
Just start it and keep going. I didn't know you had high blood pressure.
Oh, yes, I've have high blood pressure for a long time,
I
after
didn't
that,
know.
that heart episode, it got
Right.
worse, and then with the enzyme leakage, it's hard for them to figure out how to keep my blood pressure down. It's always, what I mean, I took myself off of one of the blood
Mm.
pressure medications, and yeah, my blood pressure stayed skyrocketing high, and because I didn't want
Wow.
to take that medicine anymore. But then I ended up having to take it again, and then it doubled. I had to take it double now because
Oh, wow.
they doubled the dosage.
Oh, 6. Wow.
I
The
didn't know
because
that, baby.
so yeah, because my is my diabetes is under control. It's not, what I mean, they were like, "Oh, you doing real good with your diabetes. It's your blood pressure that you can't." He's like, "Are you taking the medication?" Absolutely, I'm taking this stuff. I'm taking all of this crap every day that makes me get up feeling like, "Ugh," what I mean.
Oh, wow.
I have to stop and think like, okay, come on, get it together. What what I mean? Wake up, come on, let's go. What I mean? I have to, get my mind going. And then I can, I start my day. I have to go. So, uh,
I'm gonna say this, Carmen, and it's not an attack in any way, shape, or form, but I know you've had physical ailments that deter a lot of working out. Aware of that. Something keep hitting me in the head, like, girl, go walk.
Well,
Like,
oh,
go in.
absolutely. No, no, no. I don't feel attacked at all. You're
Okay.
so right. And there is not, and I'm even going to tell you that, it's not, there's nothing that that deters me from doing any of that. What I mean?
Okay.
It's just it's me putting me first and going to do it. There's
I
nothing
just
that,
think
I'm
you'll feel
saying,
so much like, not, of course,
better.
not immediately, but being outside in the sun, breathing air, even though we have so much stuff in our air, we won't get into that right now, but breathing the air and just moving, walking.
Hmm.
Um, because I'm just going to by people, and everybody's body is different. So I'm not comparing apples to oranges. Believe me, I'm not. But like my mom, um, and she has mobility issues. She's so much different now that she goes outside and walks. Like
Hmm.
she's gotten herself off of her high blood pressure medication.
Hmm.
My husband got himself off of the high blood pressure medication. He walks up to 6 miles a day now. It's something about that walking. I mean,
Yeah.
weights are
Yes.
great. The classes, like I do the classes because I love them. It's great. But it's just something about
Okay.
simply getting outside
And walking.
and walking, you know?
And and like you said, consistency is the key because I used to do it all the time.
Okay.
Walking with all of the yeah, walking was my thing on my especially at work. I would, my breaks, I have 15-minute breaks. Both of them were spent walking around the track outside, you know, and again, consistency.
Okay, well, I just don't want you to not be here.
Oh, that's not gonna happen because I'm gonna find a way to live, my love.
All right. Okay, we getting heavy.
So, but
With the
anyway,
whole
let me ask this question. Let me go. I want to ask this. So
ask it.
we know that um at this stage we have so many things that have taken away from us feeling desirable. How do we get that back?
Be selfish.
Like
You think?
what? Tell me some of those self.
Okay, I can tell you how I got mine back.
Okay, yes.
That's all. Like only person I can talk about is me. Um, so when I say be selfish, that's not be selfish like bump you. I don't care if you live or die. That's not what I'm talking about. Be
No.
selfish with your time when it comes to your self care. And that is not just going to the spa and putting on makeup and wearing a wig, all that bull crap that they be telling you on the internet. Like we're not on the internet. But do the exercise for yourself. So even if that means getting up 15 minutes early or coming home 15 minutes late, make sure you walk. You know, that will actually make you feel better because sexuality and sensuality is not a look, it's a feeling. And that feeling comes when you love yourself. It's doing the things that make you love yourself. Hell, the way I dress, I used to not even put on clothes that made me feel good because I was worried about what other people thought about what I had on. I didn't listen to music that made me happy because I was like, oh, they gonna judge me because I want to hear that ratchet music. It don't matter. That's what makes me feel good today. That's what I'm gonna listen to. Love yourself, be yourself, put yourself first because that is the only way that you're truly going to receive proper love by showing people how to love you through loving yourself. So, like I said, I was going to speak on me. I love the what do you call that when you get the good feelings?
Endorphins.
Serotonin.
Endorphins. I love the endorphins that I get from working out. So that's why I work out. I mean, yes, it's for my health too, but I get so happy. I mean, I had to figure out what I enjoy through trial and error, but it makes me feel so good. Like after I finish working out and I be in there huffing and puffing and damn near crying half the time. But I have such high endorphins when I finish that the body aches feel good, you know? Um, I like to do it real light therapy. I'm actually going to get a machine for my house, a small one. But I made the sacrifice to not do other things because it makes me feel better. I've noticed a difference in my body. Everybody in my household was not happy that I go to the gym this many times a week and that I go and I pay for this over here for this red light therapy and I pay to go get massages. But they've adapted because they've noticed that I'm happier. And since I'm happier, I have more to give and I'm happier at home and I'm more loving and I'm more caring. Um, and dare I say, I have a different glow about myself than I used to. I look at old pictures when I was giving everything away. Like my girlfriend said over there, it's usually never about me. I look at the pictures of myself when it truly wasn't about me. I looked like my own mom. Like I was puffy. My eyes were sad. I had no joy in my eyes. Uh, I just looked dowdy. Just, I wouldn't want to be with me. I wouldn't want to sleep with me.
I
Like,
would say the same thing. I mean, I think that I look a whole lot better in my later 40s and early 50s than I did like in my late
mhm.
30s and early 40s. I mean, I look at back at pictures of myself then and I'm like, "Oh my god, you look horrible." Like you were going straight through a thing and that you didn't care nothing about the way you look. Cuz I mean, I look like straight up mud. How do you look at somebody and you look like somebody had just
Said mud, MUD.
rubbed you. Yeah, that's what I looked at myself like. Somebody just took some mud, did like this, and went
Oh, wow.
just rubbed me in mud.
Oh, baby.
That's how
Okay.
I was like, how in the world did I allow myself, to look like that? You know
You
what I mean?
lost yourself.
Yes, yes, yes.
We all lose ourselves at some point. I'm working hard to show my girls how not to lose themselves. You can be in a relationship, you can even be a parent and not lose yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yes, yes.
Do
I,
you have an
I
opinion
think,
over there? Because someone's real quiet over there with her pretty purple shirt on.
and a beautiful lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just listening. So I will say this, when I just looked at some pictures from last year when I went to Belize. Um, and like I said, my body was so much different versus what it is now because I'm like in full menopause, well,
Very.
perimenopause. Um, I will say that I truly have to lock in on myself again. When I lock in on myself, I see the difference
Mm.
versus me always giving away, like Jolanda said, myself. Um, I've I've gone through the depression after having the baby. I've gone through depression and all of those different things, so I know how it weighs and changes the body and the face and the chemistry. So I understand Carmen's whole like, I look like mud, or I look, and Jolanda's like, I'm not wearing clothes. Like, as women, we have been taught so much to sacrifice and so much, especially when we have children, that it's not about us. So I understand the selfishness. For me, it's the consistency on loving me versus um, anything else. I know how to do it. I just have to be consistent and not let anybody knock me off of my square while doing it. So,
You have to work at it every single
Yeah.
day. I,
And
yeah.
there. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jolanda. Go ahead.
me?
Yeah, you were saying.
Oh, okay. Work at it every single day. I
Uh,
have I have been conditioned. I had been conditioned since I can remember that I must be busy. There was never a point in my life that I can remember back to my earliest memory. I can also speak English. In childhood, I was always busy. Go, 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 go. Then, you were in school. Go, 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 go. I was always in activities. Then I got married. Then I had kids. Now my kids are grown. It's days, and I've had the conversation with the ladies. I'll sit on the couch and not be doing something and feel guilty. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm not doing anything. This isn't right. I can't just sit here. I have to be doing something. And I will literally get up and force myself to do something. And I have to tell myself, it's okay to rest and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a thing to do at this very moment, and that's okay. Read your damn book.
Mm-hmm.
Look out the window. Like I force myself. So with you, Olivia, I know you're a very self-sacrificing woman, and you're still in that. I am too. I think it helps that my mom is in a different state. I really think that helps me a lot. Your mom is around the corner, so it's a little different. Um, but it's days I literally force myself to sit here and look out the window and just no phone,
so
no computer.
I know what you're saying. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry.
You are fine. If you have a thought, say it.
I I know what you're saying. This gets into a whole different other conversation. Um, for me, what I've noticed and talking with my therapist, it's definitely the eldest daughter. syndrome that I have. So for like I said, for me, it's very hard because I'm my sister's mother by proxy. I'm my mother's mother now by proxy. I'm my own children's mother. I'm
Mhm.
their friend's mother by proxy. So um,
Yeah,
I'm even my husband's mother by
you are.
proxy.
Don't
Oh yeah,
stop.
oh
So
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
um,
oh yeah.
You are.
like it's like taking care of people has been something that I've been conditioned to do all of my life. I've always had to sacrifice something, even as a child. When my sisters were born, instead of having my own room, I then had to share a room. When I finally got my own room, I had to share my toys. Like it was never anything that I could have to myself until I went to college, and then I was able to have to myself. And then I ended up getting married, and then again, it was back to sharing everything. So for me, I know those are the things I work on. And that's why I said, like, for therapy is so good, but this is also therapeutic for me. And I've noticed that, like, when I speak things out loud, it's a lot better. So working this out also will help me with my transition to start letting people go and start letting other things happen and let people live their own lives.
I'm proud of you. And
Right, me too.
poor little
I
Carmen
think
is the baby, and she's still the big sister.
and I have
I
been.
was gonna say
I
that
think
too.
I was always been. I've never been allowed to be the baby of my family. I've never. That was not. Um, because I was never supposed to be. Period. So I've learned to kind of accept that part, but I know that within myself, I knew that this whole uh uh wife and mother thing was nothing something that I truly desired. I
Mhm.
we know that about me. Um but again, I did it. Uh and what I have to accept now is that to let them now do it themselves. You have to do it themselves. You know what I mean? I've been waiting in the back of my mind. The Carmen that says no, that was there. That said no children, no husband, is the one keeps saying let them do it themselves. They can do it. Let it go, Carmen. Let it go. And I have to listen to her now.
Mm.
Going, really, they can do it. You've been waiting for this moment. Remember, she's telling me on the side, you've been waiting for this moment. Let them do it. It's good. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You know what I mean? Do it from afar. If they need you, they'll let you know. You know. So I have to now listen to that Carmen, and that's hard because I have a spouse who is not ready to let it go. He's like, do it for him. They need this, do it for them. Give it to them. And he's looking for that appreciation for them because you did it for him. You're never gonna be appreciated for doing anything for them. And I keep telling him that. You're not gonna look what you would keep going if you want to, but you're not going to find what you're looking for if you keep doing it for them. Allow them to let go and to do it. So
And this is gonna get off topic of what we're talking about, but I've noticed in the generation that we come from, women, Black women, who marry men from single mothers have a different outlook. They just want to provide. They their job is to provide and protect. That's what they see. Um, because they didn't have that father figure to say, this is how you love your wife. This is how you raise your children. That's why they are so like, do it. Make sure that they have this done. Make sure they have that done because they didn't have it, so they're compensating for what they didn't have at home. So that might be a little insight on why he
I totally
does a
agree
little
with
bit.
that. I totally agree with that. So I know so to bring that back around to us getting back making us get back to what makes us feel desirable. Um
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot that was the topic.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you, Carmen.
girl,
Yolanda's off. That's why I
I
said
was just
I'm taking it
talking.
off
Okay,
topic.
to
Thank
get
you.
stay
back
off
around to
topic.
that, I think for me, it's it's that's what it is learning that particular letter. Let them do it themselves, and let me focus on doing what I want to make me feel good, and not caring what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them, you know what I mean? I'm so worried about, okay, what is she doing over here? Or what's he got going on over here? Or what she's got going over here? I can't. I need to take a step back. They're 24, 22, and 18. They're good. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
good.
they got it.
They got it.
But do you guys ever, and I'm gonna say this to all of us because I think we've all done excellent jobs raising these kids.
Absolutely, we did. Yes, we
Do
did. I'm gonna
you
say it
guys,
louder. We did an
um,
excellent job.
do you guys ever take cues from your kids? So the reason I'm asking that, I take a lot of cues from my girls. They have helped me grow up. So my girls, they're selfish. I mean, it is what it is. They're selfish. They're not mean. They're not nasty. They won't let you die, but they're not going to give you their last. It's not happening.
Absolutely.
And I've watched them and I'm like, I love them. And I just think they're the most beautiful things ever created. And I take a lot of cues from them. And I'm like, you're right. I don't have to. Like, have you ever, totally off topic, but that's what I do. Um, like you have a talk with someone and you know that person knows how to push those buttons and you know they're doing it on purpose to get a reaction and you always fall for the crap. But then one day you just be like, I don't have to. And you just walk away from them. Like, I got that from Morgan. Tyler will still let you push your buttons. Morgan will be like, and walk away. And I'm like, I can walk away. I don't have to engage. I can put me first. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Or with Tyler with her car, both cars that she's purchased herself. I'm really proud of her for doing that. But especially the first one when she bought her Jeep, everyone was like, girl, don't do that. That's a big car note. How you gonna do that? That just doesn't make sense. And she was like, because that's what I want. That was it. And I'm like, okay, that's what you want, but how you gonna pay for it? She was like, and I quote, and she paid for it because that's what she wanted. Instead of looking at what could possibly go wrong, it was no, this is what I want. I want it for a reason. If I want it this badly, obviously it's going to come to pass. It's going to be okay. And she just moves through. And I'm like, oh God, like life can work like that. And that's when I was just like, oh, okay.
Okay,
So I
I got something.
just,
I have something because I know you have girls. And Olivia probably know this because she has a son. I have a son and I have a daughter. And you know the difference between it because like you said, you're right about those girls. They have taught me a whole lot because they are selfish. They will not give you they will help you, but they will not give you their
mm-mm.
last. Okay. However, my son is totally different. He's gonna give his last to help me.
You're his mom.
You know what I'm saying? His family. He's gonna help his sisters, his dad. He's gonna give his last, whatever he has, to help.
Okay.
Olivia, have you noticed that difference between your daughter and your son?
Well, it's different now that he's married, so I don't have uh
Before he
that
was married, what did you? What do
but
you?
before he was married, he definitely was, well, let's say before he was dating, he was definitely, a lot more generous, took care of Kennedy and I. But see, I can say this, my daughter's not, I wouldn't consider her selfish, as far as taking care of herself, except for, um, no. She has more tendencies of me than she does of, yeah, she has more tendencies of me. So she's definitely not as, she's maybe a little bit more selfish than me, but she's more like me than what I think. And my son's definitely like me. Um, Now that he's married, I can see it even more, um, with his wife and his child, that he's even more like me than, um, I would care for either one of them to be. So
I'm
yeah.
gonna say this with Kennedy, and I can't speak on Chase because I don't spend time with Chase anymore. You know, he's not there when I'm there. But with Kennedy going to school down the street from me, I've at least seen her twice a year for her entire college career. She is like you to a point. Kennedy is selfish. And when I call my children selfish, and I'm going to put this out there because someone may be saying, oh, she's calling her kids selfish and it's a negative. I don't mean it in a negative. Kennedy will help you if she loves you, if she likes you. And I'm probably speaking for Kanan too, but I can't be for sure. But you tell me if I'm wrong. If I love you, I'm going to help you. Kennedy is going to make sure, though, that Kennedy is okay. Olivia, when she was Kennedy's age, and even now, will have $10 and know that she needs to eat. But somebody will say, oh my God, I need help. I need a bottle of water, which probably costs 50 cents. And Olivia will say, well, here's $9.50 for you to get what you need. I'm going to take this 50 cents and stretch it for myself. Kennedy will give you the 50 cents, keep the 9.50 for herself. So she has learned a lot. She is very giving to those she cares about, sometimes to a fault. But when it comes to the general, she's not going to do that. She's going to make sure she
Okay.
okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
So she has learned. She's
Right.
watched.
Yeah.
She's learned a lot.
Okay.
She's learned a lot.
I think she has. Because, I mean, if you just think about the things that she's accomplished so far, those things, those things you have to be, self-centered in order to be able to accomplish them.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So, and then like Yolanda said, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all.
You know, we have to redefine these words.
Yeah.
Especially as women, we've been taught that selfishness is wrong. That you should never put yourself first. You should always put others first. But then we watch men who are being told, the male population is being told to always put yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
It's a meme going around. What does it say? She'll leave you. You know what she said? She'll leave you. She'll put your happiness before hers and he'll leave you for his happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those terms. And that's true. And we have to redefine um, roles, and it's okay because if you can't love yourself, if you can't cherish and honor yourself, how is anyone else going to do it? Because people treat you the way you show them. So
True.
if you show them walk all over me, well, what do you expect? That's what they're going to do. So we're a little off track. What was the
I know.
question?
Yeah, exactly. It's okay. It's okay. Because I ended up interjecting something that was totally off track as well. So, um, compared to um our mothers and to us today when it comes to sex, sensuality, and everything, where do you think that we have evolved, or we think are we still as closed off? And I'm talking about our generation because remember we're like right there in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you really think about it, have we come far from where they are? And as far as being open about our sex and sexuality and things of that nature, or do you think that have we moved the bar a little bit or have we moved the bar a lot?
I'm gonna say I see a difference between our generation and our parents' generations, which were the baby boomers, when it comes to sexuality. Uh, I think having that 60s women evolution and the 70s, the disc, like we came into that where the women were having the liberation and the sexual movement and not burning their bras and all that stuff. We came into that with the parents that we had. I think we are definitely more of the claiming of our own sexuality and sensuality. I think that there was still like the name of, if you go out with this many guys, you're, or sleep with this many guys, you're a whore, and like all those things were still thrown around. But I
That
think
word.
that we were able to explore more. I mean, kinks came out, clubs came out, like people were able to explore more during our time before the big AIDS and STD epidemic started. But I really think that our generation, or even just our little clique in general, I think we were more sexually adventurous versus what our parents were doing.
Let's see. I have similar viewpoint, but a little different. I think our generation is just more vocal and open with it. I think our parents' generation did all of the stuff, they just did it in the dark and they
That's what I
didn't
think.
speak about it uh,
That's what I think.
because it held the stigma of taboo. Whereas we're breaking that stigma of that taboo stigma. Um, and I'm going to speak on my family in general because that's the only family I know. It's so many people, they got a kid by the neighbor and they're raising this one's child and all of this stuff. Um, so they were definitely getting busy uh, with everybody, but we're more vocal about it and just willing to say, this is what I do, this is who I do, and there we go. Um, so yeah, that's the difference that I personally see. Just being more vocal about it and not allowing, I mean, it's still a challenge to fight the stigma that is put out there from the older generation because the boomers, believe it or not, are still in power. You know, they're still running this country. So we still have those stigmas. So we still fight that every day. So we still have that to overcome, but we're much more vocal, we're much more open, and get out there that it's not a bad thing to be who you are and make your decisions. So that's my opinion about that.
So do you think that I mean, well, they made it you said the word you used the word stigma. Um would do you think that that was what they did when they kind of because I guess I have the opinion because I got kind of like three generations in there because um I have my sisters who are baby boomers, and then my parents were from the great migration, that era. And again, I totally agree with you when you said that they did the same things, they just hid it, and they weren't uh vocal about it. And then the secrets that they carried are, were tremendous, that even affect us today, that because they held so many different secrets, what I'm saying? Exactly, because they keep so many secrets. And So would you say that they shamed us more? And
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So no, would that stigma be shame?
hell yeah. They shamed you for
You
thinking about
know,
doing what they actually did. Uh,
exactly. Yeah. Okay.
with
Okay.
with us, you can't date till you 16. Well, you now know your mother was a mother at 16. My
Of
mom
two.
would
A
say, well,
mother of
you can't,
two. At
mother of
16.
two, my
A mother
bad.
of two at 16.
So mine would be like, well, you can't go out with this type of person. You can't go out with that type of person. And I've always been a sit back and listen type of kid. And I'm like, well, hold on, lady, you went out with that type of person. You forgot you told me I can't do that? You did it. Oh, well, that was different. No, well, that's the same.
Exactly.
It's the
Exactly.
same.
Oh, no, it's
Oh, Jolanda,
right.
you can't hang out with these
Oh,
cousins because they street. But you was out with their parents. Well, you think they learned how to be in the street? What? No, it's not no do as I said, not as I do. Oh, I hated that statement. Do as I
oh
said,
yeah.
not as I do.
Or doing the exact same thing that you did and being called common.
Yeah, common was a nice way to say it.
No, I mean when I got hit with that word, I was like, unbelievable. You're calling me common
Should
because
be saying twin, right?
you know it's like because I am doing the exact same thing you did, and then I'm doing the exact same thing my sister did.
Oh yeah,
Did you
yeah.
call her common?
Mm-mm.
You know?
Or
Because
the
I mean,
don't embarrass me. How am I embarrassing you?
how am I embarrassed you? They don't even know you. Don't
Yeah.
nobody know you. You know?
I
So,
can say
yeah.
that's a curse, a generational
Yes, it
curse.
is. Yes.
I pride myself on breaking with my girls because, like I said, my mom was just here. So the children are adults, 27 and 23 now. So if they want to go out, they go out. They can I go out? You could ask me no dang permission. You're a grown woman. Be safe, make good decisions. Call me if you get in trouble. So, come home. They come home from work. We'll just speak on Morgan because she did it. She came home from work, changed her clothes, went out. My mother, well, where is she going? I said, I don't know. Well, how you don't know where she going? Because she grown. I said, you do understand when I was her age, I was married. When I was Tyler's age, I was a mother of two. I don't know where she's going. She's okay. Well, when's she coming back? When she get home?
When she get home.
When she get home, and I'm going to bed. So I see her in the morning. If she chose to come back, she's a grown what? We are not doing this. We are not. We are not
I
doing this.
swear. I realized that you are so right about those things, you know, because of the way that we were treated at 21, 22,
Girl, Mary coming home to visit.
23
Where you
years
going?
old that we had to come on. We were 22 years old trying to get out of the house before 10 o'clock or
Yeah,
else to go to the club
to go to the
or else
club.
we couldn't go. You're 22.
Yeah.
Really?
And I was really looking at that like, I'm like, I was in school in a whole nother state. And I know Olivia can speak to that. You don't know what the hell I was doing. But I'm here now. I got to give you an itinerary if I go out. We're not doing this. We are, everybody deserves some form of privacy. And yeah, yeah, that's a whole nother topic. The lack of privacy.
I know. So how do we what's the first step of us healing from this shame about what we feel is, our pleasure and worth? What is how do we what's the first step? Just give
Just
me
do it.
once. One
Just do
step.
it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
What do you say, Olivia?
I agree. I mean, for me, I enjoy my pleasure. Um, I think that one thing I will say I know I broke generationally was even just talking to my children about their body. My son knew he had a penis. My daughter knew she had a vagina. She knew she had a womb. We talked about it constantly. Like, I use those words. There was never no wee wee. There was no twat. No, like my mama would call it. Oh God, and I hate that word. Like,
Pocketbook.
uh, that's because it was my grandma West Indian, so everything was a twat. Um, and like literally just speaking about it, teaching my kids about putting on a condom, female condoms, like all of that. I talked about sex all the time. And I think that helped me because of the shame and stigma of having sex. Like my parents taught at the time where girls were having babies in 8th grade, and my dad would come home and he would be devastated because he'd be like, that girl had so much potential and she let that knucklehead get her pregnant and this and that. How did she do that? And like, and
No
then,
one told her. She didn't know.
and like so then for him, he was just like, ugh, to us because like, you can't be, as Carmen said, common. You can't be like that. You're like, so the step definitely is talking to your children to break that curse, but actually feeling your pleasure. And I think the first time, like, I have sex for the first time at 14, but to actually feel my first pleasure, I was probably 21 when I felt my, like, the true full orgasm that you fully have through your whole body. Like, I had sex, it was good, but never that full body shake and you have that endorphin and you're like, "Oh my god, I could see myself having sex." Like
You're
that
floating
type of
outside of your
sex,
body type stuff,
I didn't have until I was 21. So, once I learned that, I was like, "Oh,
right?
I am claiming all of this, all of that other stuff from now on. If it don't happen like this experience,
It ain't
it's
happening no more.
it's just that.
It ain't
It's
happening no
just you
more.
went in my hole, and that's it."
I got you. I got you. I agree with you. The first thing is that you break that curse of so one is not shaming pleasure, not
Mhm.
shaming, you know, the act of sex. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened before. Like I said, my sisters were the baby boomer age. My parents were the Great Migration, the Great Depression. Those because I had older parents. So you didn't women and you didn't talk about sex at all. I had no idea what sex was. I was never taught. I was never told anything. I learned about sex in the streets by way of hearing and seeing whatever snippets of pornographic whatever I could was shown to me. That's how I learned it. No one ever had a conversation with me, especially not my mother or my father. So when I had a 13-year-old friend that lived across the street that got pregnant, I could not fathom in my young mind. She was 13. I had to be, well, she was older than me actually by only by probably a year. So I was like 12. I couldn't understand how she got pregnant. And no one would tell me. All I was told is that
You didn't have the class in school? No.
She has stomach mumps, like Penny's friend.
stomach.
Yes, stomach mumps.
No one. I didn't have a class in school.
Okay.
Um, I was never told about my period. You know what my mother told me about? I was never told about my period. Never told about my period. When my period started, I figured it out on my own. God gave me my own little, premonition going, this is what's happening to you. Go to your sister. So I went to my sister and said, hey, I think I need one of those pads that you have. And she was like, really? I said, yeah, I'm going to need one of those. Can I have one of those? And she was like, yeah, here. So I went and she went flying down the stairs when I went into the bathroom. She went flying down the stairs to tell my mother because Then my mother came upstairs, was like, "Oh, you started your period?" Yeah. Oh, that's what this is. So yeah,
Wow.
because nobody told me. I didn't know.
Well, I had that discussion.
No discussions. None.
I had the period discussion because my mom's a healthcare professional.
That yeah.
I had the sex discussion because my mom's a healthcare professional, but it was very clinical. Um, so I knew the ins and outs.
Okay.
I knew where everything went, and I knew what happened when it got there. But as far as the of it being a pleasurable experience, of it not being taboo, I didn't have that discussion. But because I grew up in an urban setting, I saw a lot, and that made me decide that I was not ready um, for that at the moment. So my society uh, kept my legs closed because I was just like, mm-mm. I saw what happened to her. I saw what happened to her. I'm not ready, you
Okay.
know. So
I didn't have like you said, society kept closed. No information kept closed. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't know what goes on.
oh, I
You
did
I
just,
guess I
I'm
must
not
be the
stupid.
Loosey Goosey.
I did. You weren't loosey
You
goosey. You
are
was just trying to learn.
you. I
See,
mean, you. It's not. It's not. It's just we're all different. I mean, you.
yeah. Look, Carmen, I could have swore. I'm thinking about because I told you everything. So that was seventh grade where we had the boys going to the eighth grade classroom and all the girls went to the seventh grade classroom.
I remember.
And
Yeah,
I got a box. They sent the box home and it had the pads and
that's how I knew what it was. I
I'm
knew.
I'm
Yeah,
aging myself because one of the pads you could have the belt. It had the
belt
belt for the pads that didn't have the sticky.
sticking in
I was
it.
like, I could have sworn that I showed you all of that
You
stuff.
did.
Okay.
Yes, that's how I got.
Um,
That's how I knew what it was.
okay. So I was like, yeah, I didn't know you didn't. I thought that class was everybody. Well, you learn stuff. You didn't. I didn't know. And even though I went to a small Christian school, um, one of the girls in my school, she was a year behind me. She was a little ahead of her time, but she had older siblings. And she told me a whole lot of stuff. She ended up passing away at 16, so she was living fast because she was only going to be here for a little bit of time. But she also told me a lot of stuff, and she was also part of the reason I was like, you're ready.
Hmm.
I ain't ready, girl. What you talking about? I'm not ready for. So, oh, I didn't know that. And sweetie, no one was loose.
Yeah,
You were
exactly.
exploring. You fine.
Exactly. You are so fine.
No,
We are not throwing away the.
I don't care. I'm just
I know,
saying
but not even
my
in
truth.
joking. It's the truth is not that you were loose. That's a stigma. You were not loose. That's just
See,
where
and
you
and
were.
that's one of those shameful things that were put upon.
Right.
You know what
You
I'm
was
saying?
fine.
You fine.
You fine. You came here to do what you did. End of statement.
Yeah,
End of story.
Yeah.
yeah.
So ladies, we're having this discussion. Do you guys consider yourselves today at this very moment, 4:44 p.m., 3:44 p.m. for you guys? Do you consider yourselves sensual?
I
Mm. I've always considered myself more sensual than sexual.
you me too. I've always because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Um, I thought that uh well, I knew growing up, I'm not the pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the beautiful girl with the thing, you know what I mean? The outwardly, gorgeous, beautiful girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm I was never that. And I'm all right with that. That's fine. But I am very attractive. And that weighed more. I knew from being young that was more than being just pretty because you can be as pretty as you want to be and can't nobody all you are is pretty.
I
But
hear you.
being attractive gave
Mm-hmm.
more. Gave, you know what I mean, was more you know what I mean, was more was drawn to you
I,
because you were
but
attractive.
Carmen, but Carmen,
So
but
I've
Carmen,
always felt
But
very
Carmen,
attractive
but Carmen,
and sensual in that way. What?
but Carmen.
But
First off, like I said to Olivia, stop that shit. You are beautiful. You
not
are,
beautiful. What?
no, you just said you were not outwardly
According,
attractive.
not in according to society,
Fuck a
Yolanda.
society. None
You
of
know what
us
I'm
are
saying?
beautiful according to society.
Exactly, and that's all right. That was fine with me. And again, if you were, you know what I'm saying, growing up, you knew that you not. I'm not this pretty. This girl right here, outwardly gorgeous. That's
Who?
fine.
Who?
You know what I'm
Why?
saying? Whatever girl, whatever it is that whatever the
I'm
it
I'm gonna
girl
stop because you done
was,
pissed me.
whatever the it girl is, they were the outwardly attractive girl. You know what I'm saying? That everybody, you know how every boy was drawn to her because she was pretty.
That's not why they were drawn to her. But that's not the point. That's not the point. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna
You
work
know what
on
I'm saying? So again, I don't. It doesn't matter. You're not hearing me. It didn't
I
matter.
am hearing you,
It
but
didn't
you're
matter
not
to me
hearing
that
me.
I didn't have those physical, societal attributes that they said that was pretty. It didn't matter. That didn't matter to me because I've always been a sensually an attractive woman. Always.
I'm very happy for that, and I'm gonna let it go because we are at an impasse. Because you're thinking that I'm saying you don't value yourself, and that's not what I'm saying. However, if you go out with the mindset that I am not conventionally attractive, that shows in some way, and I'm speaking from personal experience. Okay. Um, I can't force your hand. I can't make you see what I see, and that's okay. You'll see it, and we'll call that a draw. So
I do. I hear
Olivia,
what you're saying. I hear what you're
okay.
saying. Like you said, the conventional attractive. You go out with that mindset. Well, I mean, and I don't think that's a bad mindset that to have that you're not conventionally attractive. You know what I mean? Because who wants to be the I rather I kind of embrace the unconventional, and I thought that that was
We
pretty.
we all we
Yeah.
all we all move through life the way
Hmm.
we move through life. So you do feel yourself to be sensual.
Yes.
That's what's important. And Olivia, do you
You're muted. I can't hear nothing you're saying.
I'm not
I
muted.
can't. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. Can you hear me, Carmen?
I hear you.
I can't hear anything you're saying. Hold
Go
on,
go out,
please.
come back in.
All right,
Voodoo.
go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
So you said you are sensual?
Hold on, please. I gotta bring myself back to camera. Sorry, Jesus Christ. Someone called me. God, what can I do? All right, what did you say?
Are you said you are sensual?
Mhm.
Thank you. Um, I feel that I am too now. But I also feel that in my world, because I think we all have our own universes, that I am the most beautiful, attractive, sensual thing ever created. Even with my hair under a hat and not makeup on and all of that stuff. So I'm glad that we can at least say that we all feel um, that we are sensual creatures, that we are sensual beings, and I'm going to, dare I say, deserve love and pleasure. Is that
Absolutely.
correct?
I would totally agree with that. And with that being said, this concludes another wonderful episode of Beyond the First Chapter with Jolanda, Olivia, and myself, Carmen. We're again glad that you joined us, and we will see you next time. Bye.
All right.